You already know, this is Don D with Uptown Exotics, and this week is going to be another week for the dogs. I was reminded after my video last week that most of you did not know about my life before ball pythons and my little dabble in dog show handling. So this week, we're going to talk about that. Let's kick the intro. So yes, before ball pythons and snakes in general came into my life, and this has been a couple of years, I handled dogs, mostly my own. Then I tried to dabble in professional handling. That's a very, very, very political area. It's very much about who you know. They won't admit that, but it is very much about who you know. So I tried to get to know a lot of people. I definitely tried to get to know a lot of people, especially judges and other professional handlers. But I started out with my first Mastiff. His name was Bentley. Here's the little guy. I think this was the day that I brought him home. And when I was looking for another dog, I had a Rottweiler, and after she passed, I was looking to get another dog, and I wanted something big. And I had was deciding between Mastiffs and Great Danes. And I knew of Mastiffs, but I knew people with Great Danes. I didn't really know anybody with a Mastiff. So I decided to go with a Mastiff. Started looking on YouTube, kind of like what we do now with the ball pythons. And I found videos of a breeder, and it turned out that the breeder was about an hour away from me. So I started communicating with him, and he invited me up to this dog show that's in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Every May, Mastiff people come from all over the country to this show. And at that time, there would be hundreds of Mastiffs there. So I got to see all of the Mastiffs and got to fall in love with all of the Mastiffs. It was quite amazing. And that's when I definitely decided that I wanted a Mastiff. He had bred and was getting a litter soon. Once the litter was born, I picked out Bentley, and looking at his website and pictures on his website and everything, I had a lot of show pictures. So I thought, you know what? Why not get into showing? Something different to do with my dog. Dog's not just sitting around the house. So that's what I did with Bentley. And then literally 3 months after Bentley came Lonnie. Bentley and Lonnie were half brother and sister. Lonnie was actually created the day that I brought Bentley home. And I got the two of them, and when I say that that's a lot of dog. Two Mastiffs together is a lot of dog, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with them. And as they got older, we got into the show ring. Didn't do as well as I would like to have done. And a couple of years later, after showing for a couple of years, a breeder that I know and a professional handler who was also sort of a breeder as well, they pulled me aside and let me know why my dogs weren't winning and why my dogs weren't getting any points, and basically letting me know that I was wasting my money showing them, which I appreciate them pointing that out to me. I had a heart-to-heart talk with the breeder, and I told him, I said, I'm not going to show anymore. It's just it's too much if I'm just paying to show and not getting anything out of it. So that stopped, and I was on a mission to to find another Mastiff. But before that even happened, there were other dogs that came into my life that I did end up showing. And I have some pictures to show you with them, and the whole story around me showing dogs for a couple of years, for several years. This was Wyatt, and when I tell you that he was 250 pounds of pure love, man oh man was he pure love. This was me and Bentley, the first time in the big ring at the Bucks County show. He got second place in his class, second out of 12. That's me and Lonnie. She was a powerhouse to show. She was a lot of fun to show. So was Bentley. But Lonnie was just a real powerhouse. I loved how she was partly built, but not completely. And I always had fun. That's what I do. I don't remember who that was, whose dog that was, but we got an award of merit. And then I met Hammer. This is Swagger's uncle. Hammer was an amazing dog. He was just a big boy. Look at him, just a big boy. I love this boy, and I had so much fun showing him. He was a lot of fun. And this is Deanna, who I later learned bred Hammer. That's who I got Swagger from. Her and I became really good friends. This was my first time judging. You know I had to come dressed. And then I started to dabble in, like I said, other breeds. Those small breeds. I couldn't do the small breeds. They were too much. I did well, as you can see, but I need size on the end of my lead. This was Piper. I really loved Piper. More than Piper, I loved her owners, but she hated to show. She did not like to show at all. I don't remember this dog's name. I only showed him once. He growled at me, so that was that. Another award of merit that I got, Angie was the breeder standing behind me. And is there Swagger, my first and only champion. Like I said last week, he earned best of breeds above other champions, which is hard to do sometimes. And then this was the weekend that Swagger won his championship, and I'll never forget it. So that is my story of my past life, the life before snakes. I miss showing. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people, very similar to how I've met a lot of great people here with the snakes, and I'm sure there are more great people for me to meet. I don't miss the travel. There was a lot of travel to dog shows. I would spend many many days in the car, but it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and like I said, I do kind of miss it, but time to move on from that chapter. But as always, I thank you for joining us this week, and hopefully next week I will have some snakes to show. I mean, I do have snakes to show. I have a whole room here full of snakes to show. So maybe we can highlight somebody or see what's going on. Might be able to see what's going on with Venus. That could be a possibility. Who knows? But please like this video as always, and leave a comment to let me know what you think of my former life. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my next video drops. And as always, I will see you next week.